ready. Project number 4 is on the horizon right now, and I am thrilled to be sharing with you this amazing designer series paper, which is in the September to December 2025 mini catalog, and it's called North Pole Delivery. And as you can see, it's got a lot of whimsical animals, and the whole idea around this designer series paper is sending things and making people happy, right? And so this paper is a great way to showcase that. Now, I did not get the whole suite collection, so I was debating what stamp set to use for my sentiment, and I landed on Little Cheer. It's perfect. Sending a little cheer goes perfectly with this whole designer series paper business we have going on here. And then we've got some gifts as well. So that made it really easy to make this choice to use a little cheer with it. But you can see all of the great visual gifting papers here. And then on the other side, we've got, well, this one is a whole bunch of gifts or envelopes, and this one is a whole bunch of mailboxes. So it is definitely the theme of this DSP. But now you see here, there are only 5 pieces. Why is that? It is because we've also got 2 sheets of die cuts with this. There's one sheet that has a lot of the storefronts and mailboxes, and then there's another one with all the animals and of course the envelopes here at the bottom. So lots of fun choices as we create our fun fold card, because as promised, we have a fun fold here to do for you today. So we're going to start by putting the fun fold together, and it uses, look at all of these fun colors from the paper. We've got garden green, pecan pie, poppy parade, and then another piece of garden green, and that is our card base. So we're going to start with that. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which means it is the size of our card, but it doesn't open. That's because we have some fun things to do here. So we're going to add a piece of the paper here at the top. So we have a little border on left, top, and right. And that is kind of, I'm hoping this has kind of a sky feel. That's what I was going for here. The next one is Poppy Parade, and we're going to add this scene right here at the top. So these are all the same size. So these are 3 3/4 by 1 3/4 tall. And so the idea is each of them will sit at the top of its layer. Next up will be pecan pie, and that is all the little envelopes paper here. And that's just gonna, again, go at the top, leaving that even border on 3 sides. And then finally, this one here gets our little stamps and postmark images. And this is going to matchy garden green DSP on the garden green cardstock. Now, one thing I love about this paper is that it's got both white and vanilla envelope and elements. And then you can use whatever you'd like with it. So white, vanilla, it all goes together. You can mix and match. I'm just using color mostly in this particular card. So it will coordinate great if you use whichever you would like. Then I'm going to, you can see I have scored each of these pieces. Now let's talk about the height of each of them. This is 4 inches high, and 7 inches long, and it is scored at 1/2, 1 and 1.5 on each side. And we're just going to accordion fold that and give it a little crease. Okay, so we've got a little accordion mechanism there on the side, and we're going to do the same thing over here at 1/2, 1 and 1.5, so that we've got this going on right here. So there are a couple different ways that I would suggest that you adhere this. I'm going to use liquid glue. Don't ask me when I became a fan. I'm still, jury's still out a little bit on it, but I've been using it more and more, so I suppose I like it. And then we're going to add this to the side so that it has that little pop-up action with the accordion here. And, oops, I did that wrong. Okay, squish it down. It'll be much easier. And then leave that little border at the bottom. I got a little wild at first. Okay, now I think we've got it together. So leave the little border on the sides and the bottom. Now we're going to do the same thing with the pecan pie. So just accordion fold that. This one is 3 inches high. So we started with a 5.5 inch card base, 4-inch tall poppy parade, and now with the pecan pie, it's only 3 inches. So we just keep building, actually making each layer a little bit smaller than the one before. So it's really a unique card in that way. We're going to layer them all on each other. Just give that glue a chance to settle. And then it is an automatic pop-up here, which I think is really fun. The original idea I saw for this card came from Rachel Tessman. And then I love to take other people's mathematical fun folds and just create my own with some different products. And I have done that with this one, and I love it so much. Okay, same thing for this last layer. We're going to squish, we're going to layer, and everything is amazing. Now, one thing I would suggest, it is a little bit bulky when you add it to an envelope. I like to do some padded envelopes with these. It will go in an envelope, but it will just be a little smoother for you if you use padded envelope. So here is our card, and you can see already all of the dimension here, which is all of the fun on this card. And then you're wondering where you're going to write. Well, we're going to flip it to the back, and we're going to bring in a piece of white. You can see the dimensions on the screen below. And I'm going to add this just right in the middle. And actually I have a little blob of glue down there, so I'm going to cover up most of that blob of glue. So it'll be off-centered just a little bit, just to help me out there with the glue that I got on there. And then I've just got some pieces of designer series paper that I'm going to add to the back. So I'm going to add this piece, and then this piece, a little skinnier, and we'll just do that right below, just to give it a little fun feel to it. Okay, then let's go to our embellishments here that are in the kit. So we've got, or in the designer series paper. So we've got all of this fun stuff going on, and I think I would like to just add a couple of presents. So I'm going to grab the mouse holding a present. I'm just going to grab a plain present, and we're going to add these to the back of the card just to jazz that up a little bit. So here we got this guy, and then we'll pop this up right below him. It's so cute. Oh, cutesy animals aren't always my thing, but I always like to stretch myself a little and use the things, and then I always end up thinking, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. Okay, so there we've got our little back, and now we're going to go back to the front, and we are going to add some fun pieces, including our little dog here, which he's going to get popped up just at the bottom. So in order to do that, I'm going to take, actually, hold on. I'm going to take my snips and just cut a strip. And then we're going to add some of the strip on the front by his feet, and the other in the back where the sleigh is pulling those gifts. All right, so then we've got this fun piece. We're going to add that as a layer right down here on our first shortest little layer. Okay, there he is. Okay, then another thing I thought would be fun to do would be to add a fussy cut vehicle here from the designer series paper. So I fussy cut this. I even cut the triangle out of the center, which I might not ever do that again. No, it was fine and it looks cute, so I did it. And then we're just going to add right into the wheels here. And then we're going to go to the top where I'm going to add our owl. I'm going to curl him a little bit because I can't help it. I just love doing that. And we're going to use a couple of these extra scraps of dimensionals and pop him up a little bit right up here at the top. And then we're going to do one more. So for this, we're going to grab one of the presents. And I think I like this one. We're going to see how it works for what I want to do. I want to pop this up right here. And then I'm going to add my sentiment up here. We're going to add it right here. And because it's kind of, oh boy, because it's kind of a busy spot to add our sentiment, I'm going to do it in black. And then you can still tell what it says, right? And then that's going to get popped up over here. So, and I think I'm going to move over my and it has all of the fun little elements. Sending a little cheer. Look at that. That's so cute. And then we're going to flip it over, and I probably should have stamped this beforehand, but leave it to me to not do that. I'm going to do a Merry Christmas. And because I've already used black, I'm just going to keep that going because it just is easier when there's only one color ink. So Merry Christmas. And I have some splotches there. So we will definitely be fixing that up. But look at how cute this card is. Oh, for gosh sakes. Such great fun. Thank you so much for playing along. And I hope you enjoyed project number 4 as we created this amazing little fun fold. Thanks for joining me. I can't wait for another fun fold later this week, project number 5.